Now we are in the third chapter of our course today, which is imperative sentences in passive voice. Did you still remember what is an imperative sentence? An imperative sentence is a sentence that expresses a comment, a request, or an advice. In the imperative sentences, they do not have a noun subject, but the listener of a sentence is assumed as the subject, who is not directly mentioned in a sentence. There are 3 rules for converting an imperative sentence into passive voice. What are they? The first one is the imperative sentence in passive voice begins with word let. The second rule is the word be is used as an auxiliary verb in passive voice of imperative sentences. And the last rule is first form of verb is converted into past participle or third form of verb. The third rule is same as the previous basic rule, which is we only use the third form of verb or past participle as the main verb in passive voice. Now let me give you several examples of imperative sentences that transformed into passive voice. The first example is finish the task. The passive voice from that sentence is let the task be finished. The second example is start the presentation. The passive voice becomes let the presentation be started. And the last example is collect the questionnaires. The passive voice becomes let the questionnaires be collected. As you can see from those 3 sentences, they have the word let and be in the passive voices. Okay, those are 3 rules for converting imperative sentences into passive voice. And those are the examples of imperative sentences that change into passive voice. Now let's move on to the last chapter of our course today, which is summary.